Healthy food is expensive. The amount of times I hear this is absolutely ridiculous. Healthy food is expensive. It's so expensive, I just can't eat healthy, it's so expensive. I'm going to tell you why that's a lie. And why really it's a lie that you've probably been telling yourself. By the end of this video, you're going to know the truth. You're going to understand that you can eat healthy cheaper than you can eat unhealthy. Let's talk about it. I'm going to define healthy food for you. Healthy food, I'm going to define for the purpose of this video as real, natural foods, right? Vegetables, fruits, nuts, meat, fish, right? We're going to talk about those in specifics. Firstly, 99% of you watching this video, if you're able to have a digital screen in front of you, your excuses are invalid. You probably know that you already, if you really look at it, you spend more money on processed garbage food than healthy food costs just in the supermarket alone, right? You buy chocolate, you buy Uber Eats, you get food delivered, you eat out, you drink alcohol, you just don't buy salads or don't buy enough fruits, right? You don't visit that section much. Uber Eats, $40, $50 for two people. For $40, $50, I can feed two people for 3 to 4 people of healthy food, and that's in the supermarket where the prices are high. How do you eat healthy cheap? Let's start simple. If you want to get meat or fish, you go to a butcher. Generally cheaper. Not always. Sometimes can be more expensive. However, they specialize in meat and fish shops. So generally, you can get something that might be a bit cheaper or might be a little older stock. So generally, you can get that cheaper or what doesn't sell as fast. Relatively simple, right? Fruits and veg, here's a hack. Go to your grocer. Your fresh grocer generally sells cheaper fruit and veg. And also the grocer, if you look under the top shelf, sometimes it's at the top or underneath, you'll actually have the fruit or veg that's about to go off, as in it needs to be eaten within the next day or two. It'll usually have like entire bags. So yeah, if you can't afford healthy food to start off with, yeah, you're gonna have to shop for food every couple of days. Yep, it means the food needs to be eaten live, it needs to be eaten quickly. But a lot of times you can pick up a bag of fruits and veg for $3 to $4, and that could feed a family for 3 days. That's not expensive. That's not expensive. So if we take the major supermarkets, that's probably not the place to go for cheaper product. You go to specialized individual stores like grocers, butchers, fish shops, you're going to be able to pick up stuff cheaper, and if it's older stock, cheaper again. Same as nuts, go to nut stores. Let's take it a step further. Go to markets. Markets is where you've got individual sellers, which usually buy older stock from the grocers, from the fish shops, or in bulk, and are trying to make only a little bit of money, but don't have to pay rent and overheads. And because they don't have rent and overheads, their prices are even cheaper again. You visit your local market. It really comes down to that. But I think this should bring up a bigger issue. The bigger issue is that we as human beings look at our current food intake, we look at all the sugar, we look at all the yummy food, and some guy on the internet screams and says that's bad for you. We experience a negative emotion. That negative emotion hurts us, and instead of facing that and saying, maybe I need to stop the sugar, maybe I do need to go to these markets, maybe I do need to do X, Y, Z, the pain of doing all of that in comparison to just saying a small excuse called, it's expensive, or sending me hate or sending somebody else hate, is just so much easier to do. So that's what we as human beings do. We take the path of least resistance. It's not your fault, it's not my fault. I do the same, you do the same. It's our hard wiring. It's why we've survived for this long. We've survived for this long because we are masterful at using the least amount of energy, the least amount of brain power to achieve a minimum level of comfort. We always want to be comfortable and we always want to move away from pain. It's coined the equation of change. It's in my book, The Psychology of Weight Loss. If you have it, you know this already off by heart and you can see it applicable everywhere in your life. We are always moving away from pain because we don't want to be in pain. We don't want to be uncomfortable. And when somebody says, man, you have to go to a market, you have to go every couple of days, you have to ask them, do they have any older stock that they can sell to you cheaper? That just sounds like too much. You know what? I'll just get a bag of Tim Tams and call it a day. You got to stop making excuses. You got to stop making excuses. I don't need to sell you here on health foods, but I kind of do. Because if you want to achieve anything in life, let's say you want to build a sick house, an amazing house. And the builder says, okay, we need to put down a nice concrete slab on there so the house will be really stable. And you're like, no, I just want the amazing walls, the amazing pool and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I know, but it's really important to build a really firm foundation. Otherwise, your house may fall. It might look pretty, but it's just going to crack and crumble. And you may live in there for a bit, but eventually it's just going to die. And it's going to just fall down. And it's going to have all these leaks and all these problems. And you're like, nah, build a house anyway. That's what you're doing. Your foundation is your health. It's the fuel that you put into your body. If you don't build a solid foundation, even if you build a house through discipline, through will, through lying, through cheating, through whatever way you can get through to build your house, it's going to keep leaking and breaking. You're going to need to feed it pills, doctors, creams. You're going to have to just continue fixing it because the foundation is fucked from the start. And that's what you're going to do all your life. Or you could build a foundation. You could build a solid foundation. You could fuel your body right. You could build a concrete foundation. Once you've got that foundation, man, you can even build a small house on there, and that small house will outlive anything because once you build it, it's there. You're like, yeah, I can easily put that on there. Boom, fit the house on. Another opportunity comes on. Yeah, boom, I can fit another house on there. Boom. Yeah, boom, if your health gets even better, your foundation even gets bigger, you get even healthier, you're like, yeah, I'll build a sauna, boom. I'll build a spa, yeah, boom. I'll build a pool, boom. And everyone's like, how is it such a nice house and it just keeps standing and you don't have any issues? You're like, yeah, easy. I just built it once. Because it's the foundation. Your health is the foundation of your entire life. I'm not even getting into the fact that it impacts your mental health, that it impacts your drive, that it impacts how motivated you are to do anything in your life. I'm not even touching that. If you're feeding your body like shit, you're literally doing it the other way around and trying to achieve stuff. Start feeding it better and watch how just life becomes easy. What you thought was difficult before to motivate yourself suddenly becomes easier because your energy's higher. Your energy's higher. You just naturally feel like you want to do more stuff. Naturally. Don't need to motivate yourself. Naturally happens. I can't believe that I have to sell you health. Well, I can. Because I needed to sell myself health for 10 years. For 10 years, I needed to sell myself health, and I was always like, nah, I can have cheat days, nah, I can eat in moderation, nah, sometimes I can have an ice cream, nah. I'm selling you health because I had to sell myself that I was worthy enough to build a healthy foundation. And once I really said, okay, I'm going for it and building a healthy foundation, it literally changes your life more than anything ever will change your life. Maybe kids would change your life, but if you're not healthy, kids might not change your life that much. It might just cause more problems. Eating healthy is not expensive. that's an excuse. There are ways. Even if you're in the poorest situations, if you focus on, I'm going to be healthy and feed my body healthily, you watch. In a week or two, you'll figure out a way. Humans do that. What we focus on, we generally figure out the solution for. We're problem-solving machines. That is what we do. You have just never put health as your number one priority. Put your health as number one priority and you'll never look back. If you hear this long, it means you're willing to hear it, which is already a cut above the rest. The truth hurts, but the choice to be better, that's yours. Peace.